Welcome back. I've been asked several times for more explanation about the spot metering in the Lumix S1 and S1R, but the special function that you can find that allows you to measure the light in a spot that is not the spot where you make the focus. So let's see it right now and look how this can be very helpful and powerful as well on the Lumix S1 and S1R bodies. Let's go on now. So here we are with the Lumix S1R, and as you know, I have adapted this joystick with several functions, and one is that when I go on the right, I can specify, you can see the little blue point, I can specify where I put my spot metering. So I will try to put something that is very bright somewhere here. So just to let you see how this behaves, just a moment. So here we are. The camera is on a tripod. I have a light here on the right, and my background here, which is very dark if it's not lightened. So you can see that on the left of the image, I have this background here that is just behind the wall. And my metering mode is set on matrix multi-exposure. That means that wherever I put my focus point, the exposure is the same. And as you can see, if I check the exposure here in using this this function, where is it? Here, yes, I have F2 and around 1 and 5,000 of a second. You can check this exposure, sorry. Now, if I use the spot metering here, I can use the spot metering, and in this case, if I put my focus point in this area, this on the right will be overexposed, as you can see here. We can check sorry, let's put the zebra on so you can see, at least me, I can see that. I'm not sure you see that here it's zebra, at least I don't know if you see that, but these are zebras, okay, and are off. But the fact is that if my subject is on the left and that I use spot metering on the point of focus on the left, the image is overexposed, and we can check it using the histogram here. So one way to do that would be, for instance, using the highlight weighted. So what does it do? It does expose the picture in order to have no overexposure. So you can see that on the right of the histogram, there is nothing, there is no burned light, there is no highlight. So this is how the highlight weighted metering mode works. But in this case, it is too dark and is maybe not the right way I want it to be. So what I can do is trying to maybe overexpose a little bit, or I can compensate using the metering compensation here, the exposure compensation. But another way to do that is, let's come back to the multi-metering. And what I did on my camera is that I set the function on the bottom front button here to once I put, let me show you, once I press it, I will show you how I do that. Function button, right button, and I took the one here, FN2. This is a one-shot spot metering. That means that when I press this button here, I will make a spot metering once. So let me see. Yes, you see that there is the blue cross here, that is the metering cross, that is centered here. So it's like if I do a spot metering in this case, I have punctually asked to make, you see, up, yes, no. So in this case, I am in multi-metering mode, and when I press the front button here, I switch to spot metering, but this doesn't work like I want. So the fact that I have addressed to the right direction of the joystick another function, that is that you can ask to make the measure of the light in another point than the point where you make the focus, and this is very powerful. So in this case, I have something that is very contrasted, and that is not the best thing, but you see that if I go there, it will make a spot measure on the wall, and if I go there, a spot measure here, but my focus point is here, and the exposure is made there because we can see the, sorry, you can see the blue cross here. So here I make the focus, and using the right direction of the joystick, I can select where I make the exposure. So I've been asked to explain how it works and how I set up the camera to do that. So here it is simple. I go into the menu, into the operation FN button setting in rec mode, and in my case I have addressed the right direction of the joystick here, so it's the FN10, and in this case on the FN10 function button I have set the one touch auto exposure function here, this one. So now when I press the right direction of the joystick, I select where I do the exposure spot metering that is different than where I do the focus. So that's it for today. It was just to show you the different function that you have on the Lumix S1 bodies to measure the light. So in this button I select where I do the sorry, I have to go out from here. Okay, how I make the metering mode, I can select among the 4 choices that we have, and on the front bottom button here you have 2 buttons on the front. The one that is on the button, I set it to make one spot metering photo, so it's only once. And on the right side of the joystick here, I have set to select where I want to make the measure, the spot measure, that can be different to the where the place I make the focus. So that's it for today. I hope this can be helpful for you if you want to use very powerful functions of the Lumix S1, because it's really really impressive and powerful in the sense that you can customize this body really the way you want, and it can be very powerful for a professional work, or for if you want, for instance, if you are doing a shooting and you want to have a correct exposure and you don't have this for instance this flash meter or light meter, and you want to have a correct exposure very precisely somewhere, but in a place that isn't the place you make the focus on. It's very powerful to be able to select with this button where you want to put to measure the light. So it can be on a body, for instance, on a face, in the area where you have a lot of light and you want to be correctly exposed in this area, but the point of focus is the eye, so you can select that the light measure is made here and the focus is on the eye. So let's see in the next video, and have a good day, and don't hesitate to comment, consider to subscribe if you like what I propose on my video, and see you next time. Goodbye.